a new show every week, but we also have like chats and stuff and things like that. We just okay, never mind. Okay, sorry. Okay, so chats and stuff and everything like that. Now, as you all know, I have been first I got selected for the Bay International Film Festival. I had 3 films: Doris, Boom Boom Chickadee Boom, and Driving. Well, then I got nominated as well for Doris and Driving. Well, the results have come in, and I have got I've got second and third. I got second and third. So as you can see here, I'll show you. It will be the opposite way around, but you just have to deal with it. Life's hard. So as you can see here, we have got Driving came second, which I thought it was going to do the best with them, and then Doris came third. So done really, really well, which basically means I'm a nominated director. Or like come second. I think they call them nominated, like not like Grammy nominated. So I'm like, you know, like film nominated. I don't really know how you word it, but yeah. Anyway,
finalist.
So that's what I've got. So we've done really well. It was a great night. Got to meet loads of great people, and we also got to interview loads of great people. Because you want to say who we've interviewed?
We interviewed Roger. Roger Ashton Griffiths. We've interviewed, so that will be coming up soon.
So he's done like a
very famous actor.
Yes, Game of Thrones. He's done What a Girl Wants. A lot of I keep forgetting it, but I just know it's Winnie the Pooh. But I have watched it quite a few times. But I don't really I don't read what films called. I just watch them. But he's like a really big actor. He's been in a lot of great things. So we got to interview him, which was really good. We also got to interview the dullest man in Britain. He's not that dull, though.
That's not been rude.
That is his title. And he's won a documentary for his love of drains. So he goes around the country cleaning drains, and he has a real passion for them. So he's obviously a very interesting conversation.
So that'll be coming on soon.
And I also got to interview Anna and Darren, who are the people of Sam.
That's Roger.
That's Roger. So he's most famous for the Game of Thrones. So I got to interview him, chat with him. And then I also got to interview Anna and Darren. So yes, and we've got loads of photos and chats and everything. Now I also talked to Matt. Everybody knows I'm good friends with Matt. And he says that I was the only person to have a car crash. So I was like, yeah, because he's very good at twisting things around. So he's like, you didn't win, but you were the only person with a car crash. I was like, yeah. Yeah, and the only person with two things in, that's pretty damn good. Yeah, I was the only person to get 2 in as well. But like so many people came up to me, like seriously, so many people came up to me and were like, "You've done so well to get that age, my age, and also to get the fact of you've got 2 in and to get like nominated." Because there's literally so many people went for this, and it's an international thing. Because a lot of them were like from China. My throat is going. Well, if he's a fair judge, he's a fair judge, isn't he, to have? It's Roger Ashton Griffiths. Yeah. So my throat is going like mad. Yeah, it is. So it's a big thing. Yeah. I mean, I can't. She listed them out, but I don't know many places in the world. She listed them out. But Canada. They were from Canada. Mm-hmm. Anyway, Dave's on. Something Republic. There's a lot of places. Anyway, hello, Dave. Adrian's on. Hello, Adrian. Tracy's on. Hello, Tracy. Dave says congratulations. Thank you. Jason says well done. Thank Jeff you. Says hi both. Sorry I missed your live stream yesterday. It's all right. Tracy says what first and second? No, second and third, Tracy. Second and third. And Dan the Breaking News Man's on. Hello. So yeah. I also voiced over one of the films, but this wasn't for the competition. This was because we were like part of the project, so it just got shown basically. And I, apart from another person, but they were adult, and you never actually saw. Well, you didn't see anybody actually, but they were adult, so they would sort of like weren't. I don't really know where they came from. I think they just got them in just so then they had somebody clear speaking and stuff. But anyway, I was the person with really the only dialogue apart from her, because she wasn't a character. She was a voice. Oh, what do they call them? Voiceover. Yeah, no, but a voiceover. Yeah, we're all voiceover, but I had a character as if she was just like telling the story. She was a narrator. She was a narrator, as if I was the only one with an actual character. So basically, I was the main part. Abby's on. I was the main part. Abby's on. Hello, Abby. Welcome. And when we did the voiceover, it was quite a quick thing, but we went through a few things. We like went from my normal voice, and we did a few accents, and we ended up on an accent. And you know, when I was doing it, I just had to keep cracking out laughing because I was like, this just sounds so weird. But actually, unless they've done some good effects, that watching it back, actually, it sounded really good, and it really suited the character. And my friend next to me, Jan, she was like, was that you? Oh no, she wasn't actually, because sorry. She watched it, then my name was inside the titles, you know, the subtitle, the thing at the end, the credits, that's the word. And she says, oh, I thought it was your voice. I was like, I mean, obviously it must be my voice. I mean, it was my voice, but they can't have edited it too much, but I don't think they have edited it. I think it's just because it was such a, I don't know. But anyway,
Guys,
it just sounded different. Hello, welcome. It just sounded different. But we did film that, so I suppose I could show it. Should I show it? Wait.
It's a bit long, isn't it?
Well, I wasn't gonna
Could show it at the end.
I was just going to show me.
Show it at the end.
Just because
and then people can stay on if they want to watch it, can't they?
Yeah.
Because it'll be fairly far away, won't it?
Yeah. It was pretty clear, the loudness. Yeah. And also, not being rude to everybody else who went, but me, Anna, and there was another lady, but she was sort of like, she was going on down a different vibe. She wasn't like fully on our vibe. My mother, we were the best dressed.
Well, we were told it was a red carpet day, and so we got really dressed up. And Billy was quite well dressed.
He had hoodie on.
Yeah, but it was a good, nice hoodie. He tried his best. He didn't come in his overalls.
Well, you can't really count, like, although there was that guy in the hat.
Oh yeah, there was some men actually dressed very smartly in suits.
I feel like he should really be as well because he was actually quite fairly good dressed.
Abby says Billy. Billy was there. You won't believe what he did, Abby. Right, we told him it started at 3:00. So he rang at 3:15. He was still in the garage at 3:15 and said, oh, I'm setting off. I didn't realise what time it had got to. So, oh, God, unbelievable. Luckily, they started late. And I said to the woman, there's a woman in the reception, and you walk through the door, up the stairs, back on yourself, up the stairs, and through the top into the door. So I said, my son will be coming. And I said, he will be late. And she goes, all right. I said, he's called Billy. I said, can you direct him? So she goes, yes, how will I recognise him? So I says, all right, I said his height and his hair colour and everything. I said, he will definitely get lost. Just treat him that he's not very bright. And direct him up the stairs. So she was laughing away. So she says, okay then. So I said, please. I said, he doesn't understand anything once he leaves his garage. So she goes, all right then. Anyway, when we were leaving, he left before us. And when we were leaving, it was just me and Matilda coming down. She goes, she says, I directed your son. So I said, all right, thank you. She says, and then he came back down. He said, I've got lost. I said, I told you he would. I knew he would. He got lost
on inside that building.
He got lost in an entrance, a staircase, and the room at the top. She only took him to the top of the staircase. He actually came back down the staircase and said, I don't know where it is. It was right in front of him. And I said, I guarantee it.
They announced the first war, but the thing is, like the first war, they actually, I don't know why.
No, he just walked in. I don't know when I said that, but he just walked in the minute, Abby. The minute they said, and in third place is Matilda Walden. That minute he walked through the door.
They said it like I said at the beginning, but yeah, they literally, right, so they said the first person, but the first person, weirdly enough, I don't know why, there must have been some reason, that person already had their award like a few days earlier, so I don't know why the only person got it early, but they got theirs early, so they said about them, and then they said, right, we're going to do, local one now, and they literally just said, oh, they showed little clips, but like really short clips, but they did show little clips, and before, just literally he walked in just when the clip started, like literally just there, and then, yeah, he watched it, and yeah, he's just literally there, just there, bite, it was like, so, if he walked downstairs again, because he was lost, if he just couldn't find that.
He probably just walked out. I went home. Where are you, Billy? I'm in my garage. You were supposed to. Oh yeah, I'll set up again. It's such a divvy. It really is.
Well, the thing is, you keep getting phone calls because it's like, oh well, there's been this diverted traffic, and then he'll go behind this idiot, and then he'll go and then and you get another phone call going, right, so where do I park when when I get there. And then then you'll get another phone call, go, right, I'm here, where do I park now? And then you get another phone call, go, right, I'm here, which building do I go to? So then you get another phone call, go, right, which room is it?
He's actually highly intelligent, and you know, he could rebuild anything. He could build a house without any plans. He could build engines. He can do anything. But get him to do something simple like turn up for an awards event, and he's completely confused. I knew he would get confused. The woman was laughing on the reception, and she said, "All right, you know," she says, "I noted your son." So she obviously the only one that got there that was confused.
Well, the thing is, he has actually been to this place before because I've done other projects there.
Oh, he's been a couple of times.
Yeah, he's been a couple of times, so it's not like it was, you know, a first time thing. And just straight on from that, he's been loads of times there as well, so he's known the area. Basically, what I'm saying, it's not like, you know, he's suddenly going down to London. He knows the area.
And the woman having to take him back up again. So Guy says, Matilda, can you please play the piano so you can do a tune when you finish, can't you?
Maybe.
Mud says, glad you are doing well. Tracy says, oh, Billy got there. Yes, he did. Jeff says, feel for Billy's. I have a terrible sense of direction, which I seem to have inherited from my dad. I'm not as bad as Billy.
I don't.
She doesn't. She's brilliant. She's like a map. She's like a sat nav. I am absolutely terrible, but really not as bad as Billy. He is appalling. Where did he get lost in Manchester once? Didn't we? We had to go find him.
Yeah.
Robson.
Hello.
Dave says Billy clearly does not have the same sense of direction as you. No, Matilda's really, really good. Abby says I have never got lost. I got lost loads of times. Absolutely ridiculous, me. And Carl's on.
Oh, hello, welcome. Oh, wait. There was somebody who I won't say because like you just don't need to, because you won't know who they are anyway, so it doesn't matter. But basically, they're highly respected, and they said that they were talking about somebody and they were saying, oh, I really loved your film, you know, and they didn't win, and it's like, you know, I did well, basically. I don't really know the way to do it, but like so problem is there's so many like good things, isn't there, and it's like everybody's inside the same boat ish, but
it's one person's it gets
this driving somebody told me who is, you know, knows everything, told me driving was one person said no, I'll chose somebody else, one person, that was it. You know, I could have actually knocked myself out, you know. But then again, because it's like, because I had 2 films, I could have had 2, you know, it's like politics, really. You think about the other party that, you know, if, like, for example, you know, they're all going like left, right and stuff, so you're split. Well, it's like this because of, I've got 2 films, so basically my vote's been split. But then again, if there's another person's there, that their vote would go to them. So I am against myself.
Yeah.
Because of, if you took one of my films votes and put that into the other film, I would have therefore won. But because somebody would have gone for driving and somebody would have gone for Doris. So that person who went for Doris didn't go for driving. But if they did, if they said, right, we're just voting for Matilda and all of her films, then it would have been fine. But because of mine is split, but then again, if you didn't have that, you'd have somebody else in, wouldn't you? So the vote would go to them, so it'd still be split. So I'd still be inside the same position, but it's just I'm against myself.
So what? Must have something knocked over.
I just quickly sorted it.
She's just gone up because there's some water dripping. I don't know what it is. She's just dripping from above, so she's just gone to have a look at it. So Abby says I did get lost in a maze when I was a child, and that was scary. Although it's fairly scary as an adult, wasn't it? A maze. If you got lost and you couldn't get out. Guy, your choice, piano or ukulele. I'll say that to her when she comes back down. Hello, Anders. What are you doing?
I just need to sort it. I need to sort this.
Well, you'll have to come back. You've got a live on.
Yeah, but I don't want to wreck my house, so. Just get back on the line. So I had to sort that, otherwise it'd wreck all my work I've done. So I had to sort it. That's very important. Okay, we're back. So we've got some interesting news stories tonight. So there's one. So we got some interesting news stories. So I don't know his name, but I will get it. I'm really bad with names, like seriously. So I was interviewing somebody today, and they told me the name, and then I forgot it, and then they told me the name, and I was just like, I'm so sorry. I'm inside the wrong sector here because I just don't know anybody's name. I'm just so unbelievably bad with names. Like people tell me their names, and it goes over my head. I mean, literally, I have friends, and people go, oh, so what's her last name or his last name, and I'll go, I don't know. I don't know anybody's last names. I'm just so unbelievably bad. I mean, it's not like I have bad memory, because I do have memory, though it isn't great, to be fair. I remember different things. I remember the things that can actually be useful, but just not necessarily. Like, I'm intelligent with memory in different ways than I am in other ways. You know, like for example, if somebody says to go upstairs and get something, I will have forgotten it by the time I get upstairs. But then other things, if they said, like, 2 weeks ago, what was that time, or something like that, I've got, oh, well, it was. I seem to not have short-term memory, but I have long-term memory. It's very weird, because it's like, how does that work? How can you remember a long time ago, but you can't remember then? Because, but I have really bad short-term memory, but really good long-term memory.
Abby has bad short-term memory also.
It's a hard world, isn't it, Abby? It's really hard. But do you want to show get on the first news story?
Well, we haven't really got much of a news story because we're so late.
Find the building.
Have you got that?
One, I just saw. I've got memory, but I don't have facts.
Oh, right, okay. We've got
So you just get his name up. You just search it up, and I'll start talking about it myself.
Where's that piece of paper with the thing on? This is just do this. I'll search it up. If you just do this one, there. This all those three. It's great. So this is Winchester Comedy Exhibition, and these aren't AI. They've got to be proper photographs, and because now you can't tell, can you? Just think it should be, but it's not. This is a proper photograph, and it's a Winchester Comedy Exhibition, and the polar bear was by Roy Gellert, and yeah, the giraffe. That's just photo. Just gone in there. It's so funny, that little giraffe. Was by Bridget Macron. And the fish was by Arthur Tell Thiemann. And these, you can go see these, but I was just looking at stories and I just thought they're absolutely brilliant. They had over 3,500 entries, and those are the finalists. And it's the Winchester, for anybody
That's like us.
Anybody that wants to look at it. I just thought they were great photographs. I mean, imagine that with a polar bear. Imagine going into camera and then
I know, it's really good, isn't it? I mean, like, it looks like it's like what's going on there, but it's like, I don't really get it, because it's like looking at through a camera to see another camera. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
On the picture, it looks like it's looking through another camera, isn't it?
Yeah.
But I mean, I think, which one's your favourite out of them?
Which one's your favourite?
Which one's your favourite?
I think the most amazing is the polar bear, isn't it? Because it's gone to have a look, and I think the funniest is the giraffe.
It's like the polar bear. It looks like it's like taking like a photo. It's a human, doesn't it?
We've just got I will have to go off it. We've got 17,000 views, and it's just full of trolls.
I haven't got that. You're watching somebody else live.
Oh, right. It's gone off there. Oh, right, sorry. I thought it was just gone full of trolls. How do they cope with that then?
Well, they just don't bother with the comments.
God, that's really bad.
They just don't look at them.
That's terrible.
I
can't believe that. Jess says, are you planning any more busking?
It's just weather at the moment, because like it's January. Well, it's February now. I was talking to the guy in the cold about this. It's just like it's not really the best weather at the moment, and also I do have quite a few things I've been busy with personally. I mean, it's like not like media and stuff, just things I need to sort out in my life. So I've just been sorting them out at the moment. But it is January, so I want to try and make January not a month where like you don't get much done. But to be honest with you, January I've sort of been working on projects that will develop in the next months. So it's like things you won't see now, but I'm working on is sort of the thing. But busking, it's just weather. It really is just weather. We were planning on going busking so many times, and it's like, oh, the weather. So it is weather. But we're doing a lot of concerts in here because obviously, there's a thing called a roof. But we were going to do a concert this week, but I'll be doing it next week. Just, again, things came up. So it haven't happened. But I shall be doing a concert next week, and I shall set a date. And if I set a date and I advertise it, it means it has to go ahead. Unless I get booked for a really important job.
Max Random's curious is on.
Hello?
Yeah, guys, she'll play a tune when she finishes. I don't know whatever. Gary says they're that good. Do you think they're AI? Yeah, you couldn't tell, could you, unless it was for competition. If somebody put that up, you just pass. That's the sad thing now, isn't
I
it?
know.
That when you're scrolling down, you just scroll straight
Well, I
past it,
saw
wouldn't you?
somebody, and they said they felt sorry for, like, nowadays, I mean, they're doing it as a joke, but, and nowadays, like, kids, because of, usually you'll go, like, look online, you'll see videos of ghosts, won't you? And you'll be like, oh my god, look at that ghost. But nowadays, they're just like, oh, they are.
Well, I saw one in a pub and it said about a poltergeist and I didn't even watch it. You might get that with our UFO.
I know,
because it's come so corrupt now, and people,
yeah,
you're just going to think AI, and no, because you can prove it obviously with like the, experts can prove that it's genuine, can't they? But it's the people just thinking about what it'll just be AI, and it's spoiling so much stuff, isn't it?
You can't be bothered to check if it's real or not. You just think, oh,
yeah, I just passed off it.
Exactly.
2 years ago, I'd have watched it.
Well, when I was like a few years back, I remember like time like Billy was rallying and stuff, just because I remember looking at it when I was at rallies. I used to spend like time just like looking online at videos of ghosts and stuff. I'm going to tell you a funny story right now. Don't interrupt me because I'm going to tell you. It has to be.
I'll just read the comments and then get
caught
up. The fish looks like he has turkey teeth, says Carl. And there's 3 things get worse as you get older. The first is that memories get worse. The other 2 I've forgotten. Well done, Anders. Abby likes the polar bear best. I think I like the polar bear
but
best.
Also, it hasn't knocked over the stand, has it?
You might have done after taking the photograph.
But at the end of the day, yes, you might lose your camera, but you've got that cracking photo. So you just sort of, if it was me, I'd just think, I don't care.
I'd love to see a polar bear in the wild. I've seen a polar bear.
Well, there's that video where, I don't know if it was like BBC or something, or it might not even be with the company, but somebody went and they got this, like, it was a few years back, and they had like this glass. No, I don't think it was glass. I think it must have been a plastic glass. Otherwise, I smashed it on it. A metal thing, and the person sat in it, and the bear came up and started playing with it.
Oh,
he was in it, but it was actually, when you're watching it, it started getting a bit scary because there was like gaps for like air, and the bear was poking his hand through.
Yeah.
He could smell it, so he was wanting to eat it. So it was like, if he wasn't inside that cage, it would have been gone by then.
Yeah.
But like, I was thinking, well, why that cage doesn't go? I mean, if it was me, I'd be like, at first I'd be thinking, oh, it's fine. And then once he started attacking it, because he was like properly started going for it, you'd be pretty terrified. You've got to think that bear, it'll be starving, won't it, all the time?
Yeah, I suppose so.
So if it sees, something there, it's just going to go get it. But, I mean, it must be pretty terrifying. But, I mean, it's the fact of, like, that stand hasn't broken down and fallen down. The fact it's just so clear, the fact it's looking through the camera.
Yeah. Jeff says polar bear. Gary says it's February now. It is February, isn't it? 1st of February. So
it's just going to go, isn't it?
That's what I say every year. It just goes.
Honestly, lately, I have been working, like, every single hour, and I'm like, I've run out of time. Again, another day, I've just run out of time. And now I've got to go to sleep. And it's like, just keeps going.
Jeff says, I sympathise. It's been peeing down all day in London today. My uncle is on holiday in Florida. It was -4. Oh, gosh. A lot of people came up from London for this festival.
Yeah, well, they came from abroad. I mean, I think the comedy guy, he came from, like, another country.
Rob says, glad you got the money. Yes, I messaged you back. Obviously, that was absolutely amazing. Thank you so much, Rob. I'll be joining hopefully this week when someone coming round to show me how. All right, okay, I see. But yeah, we messaged you and you're an absolute superstar. Thank you so much. Matilda she's going to do it at the end, Guy. Dave says, happy Sunday, Matilda. Gary says, a lot of people using AI to write songs. Wonder if any good. Apparently, I was speaking to somebody at the film festival. I don't know this because I haven't looked it up. But the most sold song this year or last year, can't remember which one, but anyway, at some time, was made by AI. And they're not even real people.
Well, I've seen things like they've got these artists,
It's not
which are
fair.
fake artists, you know, basically mean as, you know, like pictures of people, but they're not real, and they're just getting so many views, and they're not real.
Well, Matilda did this. She voiced over this animation video, and they made it all themselves. So she did some of the modelling as well. And when we were speaking to one of the men, he says, "Oh, there's not really much point doing." He says, "Because you can just do AI." And I thought, there's just going to be no jobs left, is there?
No.
And we were speaking to someone. We had a networking event, and she said that she qualified. She'd gone to university, owed a fortune as you would do, 4-year course, qualified in media studies or whatever, something to do with film and making and that. Hasn't got a job since 2023, and she's, you know, bright, wasn't she? Chatty, forward, not like
Fresh face, you know.
yeah,
like that.
shy, not willing to do anything. She says, I've applied for so many jobs. Well, there's going to be less and less with this AI, isn't there? Because soon they won't even want actors.
That is.
It is so. I don't think people. I don't just people, but a lot of people don't realise just how serious it is
But it's like
and how bad it's
in
going
this
to get.
sector, whether it's film, acting, or music, or dancing, or theatre, anything like that, it's like, you know, it's a dog eat world. You know, it's just so unbelievably hard to get anywhere in. And so you've got all these things you're fighting, and then suddenly you've got this to fight, you've got AI to fight. It's like, you know, another thing. Like, oh my god, you know,
Who's
you
going
don't
about
look out for it.
driverless cars, weren't they? And some idiots going, "Oh, it's going to be so great in London. This is going to be," one of the MPs. I can't remember which one it is. Going, "Oh, it's going to be so great." Why? Why is that going to be so great? Because that's another job gone. So you're going to end up with driverless fit taxis, aren't you?
Well, in London, it's just, you know, one of the main things is taxis, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like one of the main.
Yeah. So how can that
so
be
many
good?
jobs. And people have, you know, taxi businesses.
No wonder there's no work. It is absolutely terrifying. Dave loves your outfit. Says every week you have a completely different look. Abby says we need some laws around AI. I totally agree. They should be stamped.
Well, there is a petition. I haven't signed it just because I haven't gone onto it, but I am going to sign it. And I did fill it out, and then I was like, I didn't know one of the questions, so I need to just go back to it. But I think there's a petition at the moment for AI to ban it. So just like
They'll
search
never
it
ban
online.
it.
But you might as well sign it and give it a go.
They'll never ban it. But what they should be doing, it should be monitored like anything, and it should be stamped so you know. So like when I said I passed that video because I just thought it'd be AI, that it's just stamped that
Well,
it
on
isn't,
Instagram.
and then you watch it, and then I'd watch it.
Well, on Instagram it says, you know, I'll label this as AI. But the thing is, that person actually got to physically label it, so, you know, like, would they do it?
Because someone said on one of the comments, they said, "Oh, perhaps you lost your Facebook because you got loads of AI." I can't remember how they worded it, but slop, that was it. Loads of, we haven't got any AI, but anyway, that's by the by of that. But one of the reasons that I'm glad, I'm going to that, I won't go into it now because I've got all these comments through, but just one of the reasons I am glad of getting off Facebook is because of the AI, the crap. And what used to annoy me more than anything was then you'd start reading the comments because you couldn't believe how many people didn't realise that was AI. It's scary. It's really scary. User says the best education is life. Jeff says, I hate most AI generated YouTube videos, much rather listen to real people. Most AI vids are crap with the odd exception. Mouse Random Curious says most actors on commercial these days are just AI, are they? On commercials? Well, like mainstream ones on the do you mean the main ones on the telly, or do you mean on internet?
Like, you watch YouTube, you do get a lot of AI adverts. So I think mean by that, I don't think the telly.
Because I don't watch adverts on YouTube.
When you do, you have no choice to.
No, but you don't watch them. You'll keep them on. They'll be on there, but you don't watch them in.
You don't watch them fully, but you see enough to know if it's AI or not.
I don't.
Well, I do.
You see, I don't, and I'd say I'm more intelligent than you. Wait for it. Wait for it. But I wouldn't. But you don't have to be. When I look at something, if I looked at somebody talking, I might not be able to tell whether AI. But if I saw like one of those videos that come down and say there's a polar bear that jumps in a car and drives it. I know that's AI. But you see that's what I'm saying about that. You see these people that message and they're too thick to realise that's AI. But if I saw somebody talking, I don't think I could tell the difference if it was really good.
Well, I showed you a video of this person who did it. It was a warning thing, and he talked, and while he was talking, he kept changing.
Oh, that was a good video.
Yeah, keep changing to Donald Trump. He changed to the person who voted, who was against Donald Trump in the election. Don't know the name, but there were Harris.
Camilla Harris, isn't it?
I don't think it was Camilla.
Camilla Harris. Something beginning with K.
That was somebody.
I'll have a P, please, Bob.
Somebody. Camilla Harris.
I would just rename her. She's Kate. Well, it was just a test. Do you know who we're talking about?
This is a quick question, sort of. And there was a lot of other people, not just political people, but they just put those because I suppose political people, you know, a bit more official videos. You know, it's better to
have our money to make really good videos.
And other people basically. There was what's her name? It begins with Z, and she's a really famous actress. And I usually know her name. Zendaya. It was Zendaya, and there was a person who Zendaya acts with who was just played Wonka. I don't know his name, but it's different.
Anyway, there's some very famous people on there.
Yeah, that's a point. And he was just changing from himself and it was just looked so realistic. And if he just kept on one of them, you just think, oh, it's them. And it was just very realistic. And before I could tell, but there's ones now which I'm questioning. I don't know.
Well, what about Taylor Swift?
About her.
When they did with the boyfriends.
Well, that is obviously AI, but
yes, but only obviously because they're swapping the boyfriends so much onto the same couch. If they'd have done a clip of her with a boyfriend, you wouldn't know. So you don't know.
No. Well, it's ones on Taylor Swift where you like on stage and she's going around, but it's not her.
And why should I have to work so hard anyway? I've got enough on rather than having to. Why can't I just look at something? Why should I have to go through that? It's another job, isn't it? Another stress.
Another job. We've got enough jobs in our life without that added on.
Without looking at something, thinking, oh my God, is this AI? Right, I've got to look at that a bit. I've got to look at that instead of just saying you have a thing on it that's marked like a trademark thing says AI, and then you can just flick past.
Well, you know the thing is like if. Problem is, I want to do music, I want to do acting, I want to do filmmaking, I want to do dancing. I can't do that without going online and posting.
I know.
So now
it's the same with the electric car argument. When people turn around and say, well, the very device you're on has batteries in it. You can't fight anything without that. But ordinarily, I would like to go back 20 years to before it happened. And then you could use like new newspapers and people. We still do leaflet drops, don't we? And they do work very well. When we drop the leaflets off for Bridal Bay, you can see an increase in the website. So paper does still work, but I think you should go back to that.
Well, the thing is, as well, that website is the fact of the QR code as well. Because the QR codes, they are very useful because it's like you scan it and then it takes you straight to the website.
Yeah, some things are totally useful and some things aren't wrecking industries. Like the QR code isn't wrecking the whole industry
like
of singing.
Car parking. No, I know. Things like car parking, they'll have like these ones where they don't pay cash anymore and they'll scan a thing, but people, all scammers do, they just put a little sticker on top of it.
I would never do that. Pay. That's stupid, isn't it?
No, I know, but I'm just telling you what people do. They pay it thinking they're paying for the ticket, when actually they're just paying the scammer.
Yeah.
I mean, happening locally. But yeah, the thing is about music, acting you can do it because of you just audition loads of times. Filmmaking, if you went through all the film things, you can do it. But music, that's the one. You just can't do it without social media.
No.
Even if you have a label or whatever, they want you to have social media.
Yeah.
Because that's the way. You need social media. I mean, you can do it, like, for example, Taylor Swift, she barely posts, but the thing is, she already made her name before it all came. That rhyme. So it's like, now, but he does have a blessing as well, because I think there's somebody who's recently just got nominated for a Grammy, and all they've done is post on TikTok. So...
I won't go on TikTok.
But what I'm saying is that they've done it. I don't know if they have a Grammy, if they have a label or not. I don't know, but they've done it. So it does have blessings, but it doesn't have blessings at the same time. And also the thing is, there's just so many people on there now, like so many content creators. It's like everybody's just against each other. And the thing is about social media, people think, oh, Well, the reason why you didn't get many views on that was because your video wasn't this or that and that. It's not. Like, literally, it is just potluck. Yes, there is part of it. Is a good video. Like, for example, if I was having a video of Taylor Swift, it would go viral. But only because of, like, you know, yeah, obviously only because of she's, you know, who she is. But really, it is just potluck.
Well, that guy that's what he does for his job said it is the luck of the draw. It's basically just like a big thing going around, and it just grabs a video, and then it'll just run and run and run. And he says he's put on videos, and that's what he does for his job. He says he's put on videos that got millions and millions of views, and then he says he's put another 5, 6, 7 on, and they'll get a few hundred or a few thousand, but nothing like that.
Unless you can.
Same content, same channel.
Then if you build a following, then the following is.
Oh yeah, obviously if you've got a massive following.
Exactly. The following, because they'll watch it. But even then, actually, I know accounts who've got millions of followers and they don't actually watch it.
Yeah,
so
but mine
isn't fully correct, but it is at the same time.
I've only got 729 followers on my YouTube, and I've got a video. At one point, it has picked up now as the other one, but I had a video. The one had 37 views, and that was it. And the one next to it had 71,000. It just that's just odd, isn't it? Now it has picked up, and it's got about 300, but it's nowhere near the 71,000, and I've only got 700 subscribers. It's crazy. So some of them you're not even like, if you were doing it as, you know, just solely for the money, some of them just aren't even worth putting on, are they? By the time you've edited them and done all the work, and they're getting about a few hundred views. But then you look on other people's channels, don't you, with more subscribers than say you, like 20,000, 30,000 subscribers, and they're going to get in less than 100.
Well,
I think anybody, well, you can tell some channels when they're paying, because they're obviously promoting some because they have a few, and then they have big ones, and then they run on a system. So they're obviously promoting some, whereas we never pay for ours, do we? Anyway, Guy, thank you so much. You're an absolute superstar. She is going to do this, Guy, but at the end, because then anybody that's tuned in for the news isn't listening to a song, because that is what we are really doing. So we do the songs with the concerts. But yes, we will. You've super thanks. We will definitely do you a song at the end, but it's not fair on everybody else if they don't want a song, or unless people want a song, comment. We're only here for you. So if people want songs, comment. But yes, you've super thanks. We were going to do one anyway, but thank you so much, Guy. It's obviously great. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Dave says, my son qualified in music technology but has never had a job in that scene. Oh, that's a shame. How long ago was that, Dave? Carl says, can you get IA to get wind down a pump station? They can have it for me. Rob says, got to get to take Little Miss home. Well, thank you for tuning in, Rob. That's great. And Adrian, you're an absolute superstar. Treat yourself, Matilda, for last night. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. It was very nice of you. Thank you, Adrian. Thank you, both of you. Both absolute stars. So thank you, Adrian. Thank you. Yes, we've done really well to get first, third, and third. Oh, sounds so similar.
Second and third.
So we've done really, really well. I mean, like, seriously, there've been so many people that have gone for that, and like we've done so well. And also to get 2 as well. It's done really, really well.
So you're a superstar, Adrian.
Yes,
thank you so much for the support. It's very much appreciated.
Yes.
Gary says, I must admit, I've been using AI to help me write emails. I've been off work and had 150 to reply to. See, I'd never think of even using it for emails. I don't know how you would do that.
What you gain out of like using
What do you gain out of that, Gary? I don't understand how you'd gain out of that. Adrian says, AI in the music industry is a big issue. It certainly is. I heard Bandcamp aren't allowing it, are they? Max Random Curious says, I don't watch TV, so it's commercials online. All right. Carl says, I don't watch them, Jane, and never influenced me. David says, this was a dangerous comment, but more intelligent. Did you see the face? You nearly got maybe the channel. YouTube turned off. I knew it'd get to her. And it says the risk is that AI will ruin the internet, will monopolise it. Well, to be honest, Anders, I know she got a few people said to us over time, not just like the day before or anything, over time, said, if you won't realise what it's like until you get off Facebook. And they said, since I've got off it, I've felt so much better. And we never thought anything of it, did we? We'd just say, oh, yeah, I've never thought anything of it. But actually you do, because there is so much crap on there. It's just spoilt now, is Facebook. Whereas Twitter, she's opened a Twitter account. I'll put the link on so that people can follow. It goes straight onto your feed. So if you don't want to look at anything else, you have to actually work to go look at something else. And it does seem to, haven't seen any AI yet, and it does seem to be all just people. It's a lot of political
Well,
stuff.
like tweet, don't I?
Yeah, it just isn't the same. And I think the other thing with this as well, I think you can get groups, but they don't just come up in your face. I think there are groups on there, but Facebook is groups, isn't it? And you get all this crap on groups, all this like infighting, and somebody's parked the car in the wrong place and all that crap, and you get drawn into it.
I mean,
So I think I think Facebook is spoiled. I think it's already gone basically. Mandarin says, I got YouTube Premiere. I don't get ads. Abby says Kamala Harris. Anders, in the good old days, there were polar bears in Stockholm that drove cars and served ice cream, but there were people inside, a thing for the tourists. Gary says, you sure, Anders, they may have been well-trained polar bears. The user says, don't forget the whole world is a stage. Shakespeare and pen, instrument and brush were extensions of the soul. He was correct. Jess says, I'm not a fan of EVs. There's a lot of environmental damage caused by mining the lithium and a lot of child slave labour involved. I totally agree with you, Jeff. We've obviously done videos on it. I don't know if you've seen. And she interviewed Quentin Wilson, and we don't agree with him at all. Mark's Random Curiosities. QR codes are hugely underused, but so easy to set up. And Anna says, I don't think polar bears have much road sense. Carl says, my son-in-law paid for a game of pool this dinner with his phone. I was going, oh, God. Paid a game of pool. Where did we go and we won't play? Where were we at? Oh, Lancaster University. We wouldn't pay.
Yeah, Lancaster University. They had a we were at an event and we saw some pool and we thought, oh, we'll go game pool. So we went over to do it and we realised you had to pay by phone. So like we had a 50p already, and you had to pay by phone. I don't even think it was 50p. I think it was like £1, which is like 2 games. So we were like, yeah, it was my phone.
And it says car park in the town centre I live has just had a new number plate recognition system, but and it takes cash. Oh, well, if it takes cash, it's fine. Ollie says, are you doing a video of you at a car auction again this week? Not this week. David says, Strictly Come Dancing had contestants only known on YouTube. Would Matilda do Strictly if she got asked? Would you do Strictly if you got asked?
Right, I would. The only thing is, I don't know whether like you would, because I do dancing. That's my only show. Because I do dancing, I wouldn't have to do it. But yeah, I would just hands down do Strictly. It would just be like, yeah, you just no word of like, you know. The only problem is you wouldn't mind got like typecast because you like, oh.
I don't think you get typecast on Strictly. It's more like things like Coronation Street and stuff like that. I just think,
oh, I might ruin my whole life, but it's one moment, you know. But yeah, I yeah, it's just yes, I would do Strictly. I mean, I have to think. Well, there's a person's book I read from Strictly, but I don't know if she's doing it at the moment.
User said, Nikola Tesla said, if you understand the universe operates under frequency and vibration, we've had machinery running on water for years. Max Random Curious says, there was a debate recently. A guy said you can't have net zero and a thriving economy. We are outsourcing everything to China, who are thriving but cause a lot more pollution than we did here. Well, things I've been reading about China lately are just, what is he doing? But it's another story and it's going too political, but what is he doing going over there? God knows. Dave Barwick, he's 37 and qualified at 80. Oh, no, I'm sorry, Dave, to hear that. I hope he's doing work that he enjoys, even if it's not what he qualified for. Mark's Random Curiosities, well done. Cal says second and third is fantastic. It certainly is. Gary says it's pretty. Could you write the email sort of shorthand? Then Ray writes it better with I see. Right.
Well,
very
yeah.
good.
I mean, a lot of people came up to me and just said that I did well, and I was like, well, thank you.
Well, you did. You can't not say that,
No.
can you? I mean, it's because there were 70 that entered.
I just like trophies.
Because 70 entered, and Matilda knew for quite a while that she got 2 in the last 3, which is sort of like unheard of. But if I said to her tonight, if you'd have got 70 people in this room and they've all entered and none of them knew what place they got, and then the woman went to the front and said, right, in 3rd place is Matilda and in 2nd place is Matilda, you'd be absolutely over the moon. It's only because you knew. Let's put a bit of a downer on it. But actually, they've had thousands of entries for the whole film festival.
Internationally as well.
Yeah.
So, like, you get the whole world.
Yeah.
And it's a big world.
So I think it's amazing. Anyway, we're going to win next year. That's guaranteed. We're on it now. We're on our next film. Just says, I hope you don't think this is rude, but how old are you, Matilda? I saw you driving Mum's Nissan Micra, so I thought you might be having driving lessons. No, she was in the field, not on the public road. Gary says second and third is fantastic. Here's to a trophy. We need a trophy.
I really like trophies, and it's like trophies. They fill your house because of an ornament. And it was a pretty trophy. And I've got a purple trophy, I've got a see-through trophy, I've got a silver trophy, and I'm like, I ain't got a blue trophy. So look, I need to win that trophy. Because it would just be so wonderful. And I was looking at people's trophies and I was like looking at it and all. But no, it was great, and I got to meet a lot of great people as well. And also, I mean, I've done really well for second and third. Like you say, you do poo-poo it because you you had it, sort of thing. So then it's sort of, I don't know, it's a mental thing, isn't it? But really, you have done really well to get that. So I am really happy with it. But I mean, it's everybody's support really, or you watching as well, still means we got to this stage because of making these music videos have been there so we can share it and post it, and we can, for like funding and stuff, things like super thanks. So really, you got to say congratulations to all of you, because this is really as well, everybody who supported with these films goes down to you lot as well. So it's a very important shout out. But I have my speech ready now. Speech ready.
Oh, bless.
And then Jan, who was with me, she was in Doris, and she was like, she was obviously, if a Doris one would have been going up, together, but no. But she was happy because of in the brochure her face is on there, and so she was really happy that was there. So it looked good, because of it had her there. But it's great the fact of filming because you bring so many people together you never work with normally. Not because you never work and you just wouldn't meet them. Like there's so many people I've worked with through filming, and I'm like, in ordinary life, I'd never meet you, I'd never speak to you, we'd never be having this conversation. But because we're doing this film, we're having a chat,
Ghost says, I can't believe people who say it's the taking part. I want a trophy. We were laughing about that when I can't remember what it was when we were saying about it, and we said, right, somebody say it's the taking part. We always take the mickey out of that, don't we? It's the taking part that counts. No, it's not. Like Jeremy Clarkson says,
it's either
we're not all winners. We're all winners at Tate Barnaby's. No, we're not. We've got to win.
It's just not the same. It doesn't feel like it doesn't feel like you've achieved anything if you're just taking.
But it's funny, if you get a certificate, you feel like you've achieved more, even though you're in exactly the same place. So I said, all right, Matilda, can you come up for your certificates now?
Well, the thing is, right, I feel like they thought I was rude because of they said it. This is all so can the winner come up, and then he was moving the mic, and I thought he said Matilda. I was like, did he say for me to come up? And I was like, well, I'm not going up on stage. On the off chance.
I'm not going up unless I'm winning.
I was like, well, I'm not going up on the off chance of the fact of I wasn't actually my name. Anyway, then he redid it. It says, Matilda, can you please come up? Like, I'm a certificate. Anyway, then I was in the middle of loads of chairs, so it was like, one moment. So I took a lot of effort to get there, so he's still saying, can Matilda get up on this stage? And I'm like, trying. So they probably thought it was really rude, but I just didn't hear them because he moved his mic when he was saying it, and I didn't know if he said my name or not. So I was like, do I go up? Because I was like, if I go up and he didn't call my name, it's pretty embarrassing. Because it's like, you just go up, you're not supposed to be on. But, yeah. Well, my film looked good because I showed it a clip of it on the screen. They all look really good in my phones.
Abby says, I like to think of myself as a winner. You are a winner, Abby. Jeff says, my main YouTube viewing is content from car enthusiasts, and my first video of yours I saw was when you bought your Austin 1100. And it says, has anyone ever won second and third prize at the same time before? No, they haven't, Anders. She's the winner, really.
And I'm the only person there at the car crash. And I think I was the youngest, to be fair, though.
Oh, definitely the youngest.
Yeah, I was the youngest.
Gary says, I love it award ceremonies on TV and they go to the runners up and put a false smile on when underneath they're fuming. Yeah, you are. Well done, you got that idea. Oh, well done.
Well, no, I am actually really good at congratulating.
Okay, for putting a false smile on.
No, I'm really good.
Well, they're all actors there, aren't they, Gary? So, they'll all put it on.
When the people aren't inside my my competition, I'm like all over them because I'm like, well, you don't affect me.
Yeah, they did really well.
Yeah.
I mean, their film was absolutely brilliant,
Well, no,
and they're not in the same thing.
If I get beaten by somebody who deserves to win, like, I'm not talking about this, I'm talking about other events. Like, if you get beaten by somebody who deserves to win, I've had events.
Gary, it's mince pie gate coming up.
That one was full fixed. But there's been competitions, right? I have been in, not very rare. I've been in more fixed ones than I've been in decent ones. But ones that I've been in decent, and the actual person who deserves to win has won. I'm like, fair enough, well done to you, because you've like won it. And yeah, it's just. I'm not like a bitter person. I think you have to get better, not bitter.
Yeah, we've got a new saying.
Well, the reason
better, not bitter.
I've got my new saying, but I don't have the thing to show you because I don't know what it is. But yeah, better, not bitter. But I'm gonna. To be fair, Doris and Driving weren't actually in that festival to win. We didn't like. We just put them in as like you know, because we were putting.
It was Bridal Bay that was put through.
We were putting Bridal Bay in,
but
and
it got disqualified.
Because this is actually my old work because of Driving.
It's well over a year old. Doris is 2 years old.
Exactly, so it's my old work. So actually, I mean, if they knew my new work,
if Bridal Bay was in, it would have won definitely.
Yeah, but the problem is, I don't think they. I don't know if they're gonna do features because they sort of really want to aim on the short films. But yeah, but yeah.
Gary says, "Right, these mince pies will never go away. It's a taking part. Remember, not a mince pie gate. It's not Gary.
I'm sorry.
No, theirs were just definitely the best. That was just ridiculous.
You know, that one was.
I mean, like filming it's totally different unless something's really appalling because it's people's opinions, isn't it? And you have to accept that going in. And the other thing you have to accept going in is that before it gets to the professionals like Roger and people like that make the final decisions, you have got like sort of the non-professionals choosing, because when you get somebody of Roger's caliber, you can't expect him to look through 3,000 films, so they have to get
right, Roger.
Yeah, exactly.
Here's your film list.
Yeah, it's gonna be. You can't expect it, can you? So
yes,
you only
do, Roger. Do it.
You can only give him the last few. So you've got people that might not have a lot of ideas about films choosing, but that you accept that when you're going in, you accept that your film might not get nominated because it hasn't got as many experienced people at the beginning of the process, and that's something you know from the beginning, so you can say, well, I'm not prepared to do that, or I am, and you take a risk. That's what all filmmakers do. But Mince Pie Gate, Gary, that mince pie that she made was absolutely perfect. You can't argue with it.
I mean, honestly, things like records, like where the time, you can't really argue them unless, you know, it's just so fixed by somebody's fake the time or something. But they can't really argue, but a lot of things are somebody's opinion.
Yeah, but a mince pie's look. Well, the main thing is taste. Tasted absolutely fantastic. You couldn't stop eating that mince pie. She had to sort of like get me away from the kitchen, from the pan. It was absolutely amazing. Looked absolutely amazing, and texture, and that's it, isn't it? Taste. There isn't anything else for the mince pies there. Whereas a film, a music, you can have rock. People might not like rock, might like classical. People like classical, might not like rock. You've got so many different things, haven't you? A mince pie.
I've actually lost the competition just because the person didn't like the pop that I did. They didn't like it. No. So it was a song. And
she once lost a mince pie competition because the person that judged it didn't like her.
The person judged it had no qualifications. They didn't have their own, like, you know, award-winning restaurant, or they won this award. No qualifications whatsoever. Just a random person.
It's cut deep, Gary. Jeff says,
get better, not bitter.
Apart from, we're doing our new saying, get better, not bitter, apart from mince pie competitions. That's the new one. Right, Jeff says, we're checking out the Brit Awards from 1989, presented by Sam Fox and Mick Fleetwood, which was complete shambles, but very funny. I've seen that. It was very, very funny. Adrian says, I got a real bad head cold and missed 2 gigs yesterday, lots of painkillers and rest. It's easing now. Nearly overdosed. Oh my God, don't be very careful. My head was murder. I hope you get well soon, Adrian, and be very, very careful with, because you can just get paracetamol, can't you? You can just go buy them, can't you? But you can die from like 8, I think. Not very many, so be really careful. Gary says, put red hot chili paste in this year's mince pies just to get judges back. They didn't taste it, Gary. It was quite half. There was no
Showed it to
missing.
my next door neighbour and they said, look at it. That's my next door neighbour.
They didn't even taste it. You gotta laugh. Love them. Abby says, "Oh, you could just get some dog poo in it. Could you imagine?"
Well, there's a movie. There's a film that I watched, and the woman, she was like, really mean to her and stuff. So she went to serve her a cake, and she was like, pie, and she actually served her, her poo, basically.
No.
It was a film, but I don't know if it's based off a real thing though. I don't know if it was. Yeah, but the person was like really mean to them and stuff. Anyway, she wasn't planning on telling her, but she had to go at her when she did it. So she says, "Oh, eat my," swear word. And she was like, "What did you say to me?" She was like, "Eat my," and then she realised like she just ate it.
Oh God, that's disgusting. Oh dear. So you got to laugh. Right. So what have you got left to say? Oh, I want to show this video. I think this woman's amazing.
And I wanted to do the one on the climbing one.
I'll have to look it up. This woman is just unbelievable. Can't stop it.
Yeah, Brian.
Let's just hang on. Why won't it go back? Right, you're just going to have to start at the beginning. No, I can't get it to go back. Have we got the right bit there? Is that the right one?
Yeah, sure. Hang on, just wait a second.
This woman's amazing. Just absolutely. This in the full video, but you'll have to watch it when you finish, obviously, the live. This
There's only one video.
routine.
So it must be the right one.
I've never seen anybody do the splits like this. That's unbelievable, isn't it?
Yeah.
What a lass.
Well, there's the
Oh, absolutely incredible. That's Kathleen Hashi. What a perfect 10 she got for that. I'm not surprised. Jesus. For the splits. Do you
Well, she did it in
imagine
the
doing
air,
that
and
and
she
then
did like a
landing
spin
down?
and
That
then
takes some doing, doesn't it?
Whatever they're called, I can't remember what they're called, but they're like American and they're like the cheerleaders for a football team. I think football. But they do a famous routine is to thunder, and the end I think they like kick the legs up and then they all go down to splits together.
Yeah.
And they say that so many of them just have injuries, like they all have problems from it.
She's like elastic, isn't she?
But she's obviously, they're doing it from like stood up and like kicking leg up, as if that she's doing it from jumping up and then down.
Yeah. I think just get into there as well.
Mm.
You know, all the twists and turns and gee, you imagine that? I struggle to get upstairs and have to start practicing. Gary says we used to put dog poo in paper bags and put outside front doors and light them. Did you, Gary? People would come out and stamp on bag to put them out. It was an awful killing. Don't. Right, so this is a lesson to you. Don't upset Gary. If he's entering a mince pie competition, he's the winner. And that is when it matters, when you turn around and say, "Oh, it's all right, Gary. It's just the taking part that counts."
Or get something that you can put the fire out without me.
Yeah. Oh God, could you imagine? Right, I'll look that up with your wittering.
So you probably have heard of this, but just in case you haven't, there's been this guy who's climbed this really, really big building, but he's done it without any like wires or whatever they call it, like
Safety harness.
Safety harness. He's done it without that, so he's just done it freestyle. I don't know what they call it. Like basically, he's gone up without anything holding him. So he's climbed this massive big building, and if he like slipped, he would like go down basically. And he's done it. And it was a Netflix live stream. So there's been a bit of like thing about it because people are like, oh, it shouldn't have been Netflix live stream and stuff. But
it's dangerous. Everybody's going to start trying to build massive
start doing it.
skyscrapers. No, they're not.
This is a mixture because of. I'll just show you it so then you understand what I'm talking about. So there's no sound, but basically he's climbing up. Now, as you can see, he's doing the same motion over and over again, apart from when he gets to this bit, which this bit is obviously.
It's got nothing. There's nothing on there.
I know.
But when there was I saw a professional being interviewed on GB News, and it's actually for him. This is easy.
It is easy
because he knows that everything's secure, everything's system.
It will have been checked, I hope.
you know, the same. Whereas when he's going up rock faces and stuff like that, obviously there's loose rocks and everything's different. He says this will just be basically a bit of fun for him.
Exactly. Well, and also when he's on top of that bit, it's really dangerous because if it's like on a, it's like a curve.
It's dangerous.
But he and his wife came, and bless her, she was in a full harness, and he's there, no harness whatsoever, and she was like full blown harness, like just such a big harness, and he was like nothing.
Yeah.
But he does like rock faces and stuff. Will do that because I think he's got another record for one, and he just does like a massive big cliff with no harness. Which, if you think about it, you got to think which one would you choose, that cliff or that building? I would choose that building if I had to do it because it is easier because as you can see he's just doing the same motion apart from he just gets that curvy bit, which I understand that curvy bit is hard, but when he's doing things like that building, like those rock cliff things, I bet they're not hard because he'll have to do things on there knowing it's not secure and it won't be as, you know, stable because it was quite big footfall so he could like put his feet there and stuff. And also I think he only had one to get over, so it won't be naturally that hard. So he has done obviously really, really well. But the other thing about it is that actually, mentally, because of it, a lot of it is the same, he might get a bit... Is there a certain word for it?
What?
Well, because of he's going over the same thing over and over again, so his mind sort of goes bored.
Oh yeah, it's like a brain fart. There will be a word for it.
There is a word for it, but basically... Because he's doing the same action over and over again.
Repetition.
Like repetition, yeah. Because of his mind just goes, you know, all same thing, so then he doesn't concentrate as much. So there is that possibility as well, which could make it more dangerous. So he'd have to like fully concentrate. But yeah, I think he does it like in a real. I don't know if I think he does it in like quite a short period of time. To be fair, I mean, he might not get it, but he could do. Where you know he gets like that. But he's done really well. But it isn't as hard as actually what he has done. Basically, that's what I'm saying.
Jeff says, I think I must be one of the few people in the world doesn't like mince pies. You'd have liked her mince pies, Jeff. Adrian said that brought tears to my eyes. I know. Gary says it's only dangerous if you fall. Piece of cake. Abby says, but it's so high. It is unbelievably high.
He said it's the same as, you know, like a footballer and stuff because of they still got the same risk. I mean, personally, I don't think fully because I like that they're on ground. But yeah, I can understand where he's coming from because he's basically saying, you know, in any sport you can injure yourself. So.
Anders says my legs start shaking when I get over 5 meters on a ladder. I'm pretty useless on a ladder. I'm not good. But you ever think things like when I did those reviews of those grinders, I don't use a guard because I can't work with a guard because you can't see what you're doing on the wood, and people will go, oh, put a guard on. Oh, you'll take your fingers off, but put a guard on. You don't take your fingers off because you don't overthink it. You pick that grinder up in it. You're not going to pick it up right next to your finger. You're not going to pick it up on the grinding bit, are you? You pick it up where your hand goes. And your hand, even if it's like 3 millimeters away from it, it's not there, is it? Now, if you start to think about it, that's when you start hurting yourself. But he will go up that building and he won't think. Do you know what I mean? He'll obviously think about going up the building, but he won't think, oh, what if I fall? The minute he starts thinking, what if I fall, he's going to fall. And like the minute you start saying, well, what if I cut my hand with this grinder, you're going to cut your hand with that grinder, do you know what I mean?
He's acting dizzy and stuff. I mean, it's like when I'm up high places, I'm fine, I'm putting along, and then you'll come and you're, be careful.
Oh, that's awful! Do I do that? Oh,
I'll go,
oh God, that's awful! Oh, I shouldn't do that. I hate somebody doing that.
So then I think, oh, and I start shaking, and I'm thinking, oh, be careful. And
that's what my mum
No,
used to do
that's
when we were
not-
competing horses, and then you'd be like going to a fence, and they used to do this thing called higher and higher, and basically you start off with a low fence, and then everybody would go around, and it's like in a competition, say a show, like a Yorkshire show or something like that, and it get higher and higher, and then your mother would turn and say, oh, it's too high, and and then you think, is it? You know, you start
Do you know
thinking,
this?
yeah. And you do, and then, oh, don't do it now, or don't, all things like that. When I bought my first house, you'd be going, oh, you know, you can't, that's such a risk. And you always, yeah, you're right. So I shouldn't say that, should I? Next time you're doing so, I should now go on, what, run across this motorway with this, yeah, it's fine, don't worry about it.
fully dressed in black.
Yeah.
I've got
With that big
don't use the high vis.
Yeah.
You don't need to.
What, towards that big articulated lower? Yeah, be fine, don't worry about it.
Well, you see, officer, she said. Yeah.
So there you go.
Well, I think we're done, aren't
Oh, did you want to do your Facebook?
we? What, tag it?
No, say that you're doing about going onto your Twitter and that you and
Yeah.
the warning was the main one. And just another thing about this Facebook, I just noticed it before because we have a vintage site selling like old clothes and that. I had a vintage thing site, and at the end of it, I had 2 mugs, Walt Disney ones, and they were on for 3 years, and they've just sold. So it just goes to show, doesn't it? 3 years.
Mm.
And you think they never sell. And this woman, it went sold, and I looked at them, and then she messaged me. She goes, "Oh, I just realised they've been on 3 years." I said, "Yeah, they're still for sale." So anyway, we've got this vintage site, and it says on it when you go onto it to log in. It says log in with email, continue with Apple, continue with Google, or continue with Facebook. Now, this is a warning to anybody who has got Facebook. If they decide to close the account like they did with Matilda, that means you can't get any Vinted or anything. So it's not only just the Instagram.
Yeah.
It's anything that they connect to. So you would lose every single account you've got or the ability to get in it.
Yeah, you don't think about that, do you?
No, that's what it says there. And I've never done it because I've never thought. I thought, yeah, if you could you connect them all and they close it down. And luckily, I did that. Otherwise, that would have gone as well.
I mean, you get that question a lot, asked a lot. You know, continue with what? I mean, I'm not too bothered about Facebook, though I am bothered. I don't like the fact that the selling site went. But I mean, Instagram. It's Instagram. I was really bothered about that because I mean, I got Guinness World Records followed me on that.
So she said that's the first thing she said.
Guinness World Records follow me on Instagram, and they don't anymore because of that. So. Yeah, I was pretty annoyed about that because I was like, I've got Guinness World Records following me and they're not anymore. I've quite a lot of other celebrities as well following me on there. And now they don't because obviously my account's gone. I can't like tell them because my account's gone. So it's like, it's just gone.
They'll come back.
Guinness World Records will be how long. But I have set up another Instagram. I have done it. So I'm going to try with Instagram again. But Facebook is a no-no. But I am going to try with Instagram again. I'm just not going to connect it. So this is a warning, a really warning. Do not connect anything to Facebook or anything. Just don't connect anything. Just have everything singular. Because then if you lose something, it's only one thing you lose, and you're not losing loads. So we've lost 2. Because imagine if we had our YouTube connected and we lose 3.
I know, that's what I mean.
You know.
Never connect everything to
Not just Facebook, but anything. 'Cause you just
to
lose it all.
Facebook. Well, it's only Facebook that do it, isn't it?
Mm.
They're really dodgy. They want you to connect to everything.
So, I mean, why, when you go to connect to things, why is Facebook an option? Why is social
I know,
media
that's what I
platform
mean.
the option?
Exactly.
You have
Precisely.
your email, Google, but why social media is an option?
I
Well,
know.
I think there's another option.
I
Oh, it's
know.
Apple. I think it's the other
I
option,
know.
I'm not sure. But why is the social media
I know.
platform the one that's...
And they can just turn you off like that. So that's what I mean. Just be anybody, that just be really careful. If you've got a Facebook account, make sure it's not connected to anything else, because they close. And I was speaking to it might have been Matt, I can't remember, but something like that, and they said, "Oh, I know those people are just switching your account off for no reason, and it'll be because if they're not making any money out of you, that's what it'll be."
Yeah, because of it, like, you're not paying for it and stuff, and yeah. I mean, like, you get it from ads, so I don't know why they just don't think, oh, well, ads, but...
They don't really. Not if you're just putting a post up saying I've got a concert on Saturday night. What ads are they getting from that?
Well, 'cause you're not in the middle of it, yeah.
They're not getting anything, are they? That's why you'll have gone. Anyway, Earache Records are much better. They have just shared Matilda's video with Baz. Baz is from Massive Wagons, and they have just promoted that so that you can watch that on her YouTube. It's a really good interview, and it's a brilliant band. We went to watch them live. They're really, really good. So that's Baz from Massive Wagons. Go have a look at that after this.
Should I
Well
show-
done, Earache
just show the Instagram.
Records for sharing that. Thank
You're
you
not
very
an
much.
earache.
You know, no, you're not at all.
No,
You're not like
Not a
Facebook.
pain in the
No,
ear.
you're a nice people.
Yeah, I'll show you the account. So this is the new Instagram account. I might have to do a bit of reposting just because of obviously.
You've only got 28 followers.
Well,
Even I've
nobody,
got.
nobody knows it exists.
Oh, poor you, such a success.
Nobody knows it exists.
Facebook have put you right down there, haven't they?
That took me ages
Oh,
to
no.
do, Instagram. It really did.
You had thousands of views,
Instagram.
and now she's just a small person.
Instagram is the hardest to build. I mean, I was speaking to somebody last week, and they do social media, and they said Instagram is the hardest. If you get it, if you have a good account. It's
Well,
not.
you've got a good account. You've got your dancing one.
I do, but this one, yeah. So go follow me on here.
This is just going to have any rubbish put on it, where the dancing one's just dancing.
Yeah. Well, it's not. It's not too rubbish. But yeah, this is this. So go check this out. So it's Matilda, River, Walden, but it's got like Matilda and then one of those bottom lines, the River, then one of those bottom lines, Walden. Yeah. So that's it. Go check that out.
Oh dear, nasty Facebook.
Well, see, the thing is, I can't go for my old account, see who I'm friends with, and follow them, so then they know exist. Well, now I just can't do that. And so the problem is, I have quite a few accounts on Instagram because I have like my music. I mean, my jewelry. I have my dancing. I have that vintage one. You've got yours. I have my other one. I've got like a few accounts. I've got a private one. That's just private, like just me. And I feel like when I follow people, they just think, oh, she's got another account. So the people like to follow because they're like, what is that about? And actually, no, it's because that's my main one where I post everything. But yeah, it's just gone because of Facebook decided to be mean.
Gary says horse racing with fences is very brave. Look at AP McCoy. I think he broke everything. I used to horse race. I never thankfully broke anything, but I never raced obviously as much as AP McCoy. To the amount that he was doing, they do like sometimes 6-10 races a day, don't they?
So more chances of breaking bones, basically.
Yeah, I didn't break anything, thankfully. I don't remember.
No,
how
you
many
are
times.
quite good at that.
No, I am, thankfully, yes, I was, because I've had a lot of, obviously that's what I did professionally, was horse
So clip-de-clop.
training horses and racing horses and all that lot. So I've had a lot of accidents, and thankfully I never broke anything. I'm very, very good at falling off. Whereas Billy was absolutely useless. He just go bang flat. He never did it professionally, but just like even on the ponies on the yard.
The most dangerous
Horses, yeah.
He
Just whereas I could roll and then roll into a ball, because obviously when you come off, there's a lot. It could be anything like about 20 horses coming over the fence after you. So then you roll into a ball so that you've got obviously as less damage as possible.
Well, it's like when I went.
Perhaps I didn't tell AP McCoy that.
That's
You roll into a ball. What?
I was doing a
Bang!
starfish.
No, that's my uncle.
I was doing a starfish. I didn't know this.
I see the snow angel. No, that's why you keep getting
Well,
so
you
many
see,
broken bones.
When you have quicksand, you're supposed to go into a starfish. So I just thought.
No,
Also, when you're down a lift, you're supposed to go into a starfish. So I just thought.
in a ball. That's your arm broken now,
You
isn't
see,
it?
when I fell down when I was ice skating, I was actually like that because I was straight away. I put my hands away and my feet away before I got up because I thought if somebody skates past, my fingers will go.
Oh yeah, they do. They have that has happened. Yeah, definitely.
Well, I was ice skating and I heard somebody lost the teeth and it just happened there, friend. Just went down, lost the teeth. Yeah. Though I think he already lost other teeth, so. He's used to it.
So I mean, if you've lost a few, what's a few
He
more?
loses quite a lot. So it wasn't really a bother because he didn't have
He's
any
used to
money.
it.
He
No,
didn't
look,
have any
there's Bob. Lost another tooth. Yeah, just lost another. How many teeth has he got to keep losing so many?
Don't know, man. I never told you about my story before.
Well, let me just do this because Abby, will you? It says I'm not on Instagram. Abby, will you go on to Twitter, please? Will you get a Twitter
Go on
account
to Instagram.
and Twitter?
Just do both.
All of them, but not Facebook.
Yeah.
So please start a Twitter account. It's quite easy, Abby. It is quite simple actually. They're not as controlling as Facebook. You don't have to put any.
It is X,
Proof.
but it's just like X is like so much effort to say.
Dave's on. Yes,
Say
Dave.
Twitter.
Thank you for following. David says 29. I'm joining now. Please do join. Gary, I'm on X, but don't use it much. But you can now use it a lot, Gary. You can come onto Matilda's account. Gary says I smashed my eye socket playing rugby. Oh gosh, oh, that's not good.
But human bodies aren't very strong.
Well, they're quite strong.
Yeah, but like, you know, we do get injured.
Yeah, but so, not all the time.
I mean, I really do look at old people and think, how did you survive so long? How did you do it? How did you last?
Obviously, if I can be bothered, I'll do it next week. Please be bothered.
I've told my story, so.
Yeah, right, this is it. I'm not allowed to talk now. You're not allowed to message. Nobody message now because she's going to do her story.
It's coming over me that good now.
We're building up. Do you want me to hit the drums?
No, that's just, no. So as I said, when I used to look at things online about ghosts, 'cause, you know, I had like a moment where I was really into them, and well, I still am, to be fair. And used to look at videos online of ghosts, and there was one where there's these videos of these. I don't know if they call them black-eyed children, where they're supposed to like not necessarily just knock on your door, and they do other things, but they knock on your door and then, like they're there and they like got black eyes and they're like really creepy. And there was like videos of people talking about them, saying, "Oh, they came to my house and this happened and stuff." And I was watching, like I watched a lot of videos about it, but I was in the middle of watching one and it was night time and I was sat inside the wagon. Now, when I was younger, my brother and you used to do a lot of work, like doing things. So I used to just have to wait inside the wagon. So usually I'd just be like playing games with my friends and stuff, but I had to wait inside the wagon basically. And I was waiting inside the wagon and it was dark, so you couldn't see anything. And there was nothing around. And I was just watching this video. And I suddenly started hearing this really weird noise like a child. Bearing in mind I'm watching a video about black-eyed children that could come in the middle of nowhere. And I'm like, oh my god. Oh my god. What? And I can't fully describe what the noise was. But it was like high-pitched to be like a child, but it wasn't weird. It was like that sort of thing. And I was like, I locked the wagon doors and I was like, oh my god, what do I do? What's going to happen? I was thinking, and they keep going on. I was thinking, what could it be? Anyway, then I realised, after it came out the shadows, it was a cat whining. Well, you know, sometimes cats sound really creepy when they're whining. It was a cat. So I was like, for goodness sake. But it was a cat whining. And I was like, bearing in mind I was just watching a video about black-eyed children. And then suddenly, that noise, it was just pitch black. And then suddenly, it was a cat. But I mean, it was terrifying.
Black-eyed children are legendary paranormal creatures originating in modern American folklore, which superficially resemble human children or teenagers with pale skin and pitch black eyes. They're reportedly seen begging or hitchhiking or encountered on doorsteps of residential homes. So anywhere really. These beings are alleged to be either undead, ghostly, demonic, alien, or otherwise anything really. Inhuman. They just covered a lot there. Inhuman creatures attempting to impersonate ordinary human children in order to manipulate people by requesting entry into houses or riding in vehicles with supposedly sinister motives. While tabloid coverage of these creatures has claimed that tales of black-eyed children existed since the 1980s, most sources indicate that the legend originated from 1996 postings written by Texas reporter Brian Bethel on a ghost-related mailing list relating 2 alleged encounters with black-eyed kids. Bethel described encountering 2 such children in Texas and claims that a second person had a similar, unrelated encounter in Oregon.
Yeah, it's just getting me scared even thinking about it. But I mean, if they're like, they could actually be like shapeshifters, but the only thing you can tell what they are is because of black eyes. So they know that children are the thing that, obviously adults, you know, everybody goes towards a child, don't they? Because they think they're obviously innocent or stuff like that. Then, but yeah, they I mean, I just don't really want to think about it because they just so much creep me out, and I wish I never was one of those people to go down the line looking. But yeah, they are pretty scary. Even like, can you imagine if you had a knock at the door? Well, Billy, he was like, I don't know, but he knocked on the door once and he was like, I was like, oh my god, it's happening. So I rang him and I said, is that you at the door? And he goes, yes. I was like,
Kansas, I fractured my skull playing football on Sterling Tubes in November 74. Oh gosh, 84. Mark's random curiosities: black-eyed kids have allegedly been spotted at Cannock Chase, which is about 30 minutes from him. Oh god.
in England?
Yeah.
Oh god, I thought it was just an American thing.
Anders says a cat can sound like a crying baby. And Gary says the black-eyed peas are scary. And Abby says, luckily I don't believe in ghosts. I do believe in ghosts.
That's the scary thing. I believe in the ghosts. I don't know about the black-eyed children because I haven't had an encounter, but you know I've still got time. But I do believe in ghosts, which I, you know, sort of think if I didn't believe in ghosts, I wouldn't be scared. But the problem is, I do fully believe in them because I know they exist.
I believe there's something as well. There's things like this. I don't know if other people agree with this, or it's happened, or it just happens to be coincidence. But as you might have noticed, I've done some reviews on grinders because my Makita
Going on to grinders from ghosts.
No, I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. The Makita grinder that I got, we got it as a freebie when Billy was doing a project. He did a super project locally at the Bentham playing fields. He built this thing on his own. It had like 13 tons of concrete. It was absolutely brilliant. And when he went to get some metal for it, he got a free Makita grinder. And it's been brilliant. It's been absolutely brilliant. And so I'm sanding some wood off. This was about a week ago when I started doing those videos. I'm sanding some wood off. And I'm not up to the tools as much as him. And I just thought, I wonder what make it is. And I looked at it. I actually turned it over because it has it on the side or the top. I can't remember. And I went, oh, it's a Makita. I thought it was a Makita. And I'm thinking to myself, I was on my own, I thought, what a wonderful machine it's been. And it's done all this work, and we don't look after them, you know, like Billy don't look after them, they get thrown in the back of the van. Oh, wonderful machine it's been. It's done all this work, and you know, it's never failed us. And just thinking about it, right? This machine, and it was a freebie, and I'm thinking, what a good machine it's been. I turned it on, no word of a lie. It went rattle, rattle. It did 2 spins, and it broke. And I couldn't believe it. So all the time that I've had that Makita thing and I've used it all that time, I've never really thought about what make it was or anything about it. I've never thought about it. Why did I have that thought? Why did I have that thought so much to even turn it over and look at it? And the minute, and no word of a lie, it went woo, woo, like that, and broke.
So what are you thinking that?
I don't know, but how would that happen in 5
years? That's like not a good thing.
I'm not saying it's a good thing, but in the whole of the 5 years I've had that, I've never thought, oh, this is good. Obviously, subconsciously, I've not thought it's a pile of crap. I think it's a brilliant machine. And especially when I've got other ones, it is brilliant. But I've never thought that. But to actually pick it up, turn it over, look for the make, and think about it, and think, yeah, God, you've served us well. If you broke now, you've done your job. And great. How does that come about?
Because there's loads of things. I mean, like there's things that happen. Like
You must admit that's pretty odd.
Well, why did Billy just walk in at that same right time in my film?
No, I don't think that's true. That's just Billy. That's just somebody that's
But
late.
I'm just saying
No, but that is
examples.
really that could just be any timing. But that to actually
It
think
was
about
pretty on
something.
dot, though.
I know, but I understand that. But I just think that's really weird.
I mean, there's a lot of things that happen that are weird, and there's a lot of things. You know, I mean, I do try and just believe in fate. Like, if something doesn't happen, I try and just go with the flow. I don't know if it works or not, but I'm trying. But, you know, try not to change things.
Mark's Run of Curiosity says, I investigate anomalies like ghosts and poltergeists, etc. So what do you think of that story? Do you think there's something in that somebody's telling you something? Carl says, I live in the grounds of an old mental hospital.
God, get away.
There are ghosts in my house. No way. Well, you have to tell us about things like that.
I
That's
don't
it.
think I can handle it.
Oh, I could. That's really exciting. So
Oh,
what
that'd be
ghosts
fun.
have you seen? Oh, no, that's really exciting.
Well, comment,
We're
but
going to have to stop a night in Carl's house.
Oh, no.
Invite us all over, Carl.
No.
Abby says, I wonder if the UFO in your film was a ghost. Dave says, coincidence. No, I don't think. I think there was something there, Dave. Yeah, Dave, you just ruined it. Just says that's true. Things like that happen to me. For example, I always seem to know when a light bulb is about to blow. It's very weird, isn't it?
And then that's
When I kick it.
I just knew it was gonna blow.
I just thought that was amazing. It's just weird that.
I'm trying to think of examples that happened to me.
Gary says, I took a few pictures of my phone and same image in background of a face appears now and then, maybe a ghost or just a face bomber. Carl says, you're all welcome, and Abby, we'll have to have a night down at Carl's.
Carl, tell us what's happened.
And do a live down there.
We
We've
need
got to
some
do a live.
information.
Tell us what's happened. We've got to do a live down at Carl's.
Oh, I wouldn't able to. I just wouldn't do it. I just, as soon as somebody says, "Oh, this was an old," I'm like, "What? No, I'm not looking at this house anymore."
Oh, I'd do it.
Oh,
Well,
you
he
would-
stops there. He obviously lives
you
there. He
wouldn't buy a
manages
house,
it.
though, that it's in a mental house thing, would you?
I don't know. He seems well.
Don't
Are you
know.
happy there, Carl? What happens? Tell us more.
Or you know, seriously though, because I need to know. You
Right,
wouldn't-
let's just hang on. Look,
you wouldn't get a house
Whittington
in-
Hall Hospital. Hang on.
You wouldn't get a house in a mental hospital, would you?
Yeah, we're moving to a mental hospital.
I'm not doing it.
What was it?
You're
Whittington.
moving by yourself. I'm staying with Brian.
They'll leave you with Billy.
Which one do I do? I've got the poltergeist, or I've got the Billy Geist.
Whittington Hall.
Imagine if you're in just such a haunted place, like it was just so haunted, like you just couldn't move it, just being so haunted.
Well, people have been, haven't they? And they've had to move. Whittington Hall was a former hospital, likely referring to the institution in Derbyshire. It should not be confused with the Whittington Hospital.
What does it mean by there's another hospital? That's an up and running
Let
one.
me just write Whittington Hall. Yeah. The origins of Whittington Hall are tied in very much alongside our pages about the Dixon family and the glass house. The hall is said to have been built by Henry Dixon, land of Royal Whittington. No money was spared in building the hall. It boasted a boating lake, head gardener's cottage, whether the upkeep 9 years later. Doesn't say anything about ghosts. Let me just Whittington Hall ghosts.
But you know when you see these things where people go for ghosts, you know, ghost huntings.
Hmm.
When these places have got so many ghosts, why don't they just go and immediately get a ghost? Why do they never seem to see anything?
I don't know. Probably because they set up all the cameras and the ghost thing. No way am I coming for that. Whittington Castle is... Oh, that's Whittington Castle. Doesn't say anything about ghosts, though.
Why isn't there footage of I mean, I know there is footage of ghosts, but like, can you believe and stuff? Like, why isn't there just clear footages of ghosts? Footage of ghosts. Why isn't it just clear?
Well, because then there'd be people. He's Whittington Hall. Whittington Castle. He's going to Whittington Castle if I put about haunted.
The other thing is, some ghosts are really realistic, so I suppose you might see a ghost but not know it's a ghost because it's just a person, but you think it's just a person when it's actually a ghost.
Well, it might be.
Who's a form
You don't know, do you? Yeah, let's see what else is
I mean,
put.
half the world could be ghosts. And they just keep it a secret.
Max Random Curiosity says, I believe in ghosts, however, I don't necessarily believe they have anything to do with the afterlife. They are more memory-based, which Professor Sheldrake calls the morphic resonance. Right, we'll have to look that up now.
Yeah, but like, what about, because of, you know, you've stayed inside a haunted house and they're actually, you know, doing physical things, they can move things, so how's that memory? Because they're actually doing physical things. Brian, can you see ghosts?
Morphic resonance is a controversial, non-mainstream scientific theory proposed by biologist Rupert Sheldrake, suggesting that all self-organising systems, from crystals to human societies, inherit a collective memory through invisible morphic fields. The concept argues that nature acts more out of habit than fixed, immutable laws, where similar past forms and behaviours influence present ones across time and space. So I don't understand a word of that. That's what I mean. Like, Billy would just understand that, wouldn't he? But I would turn up on time.
Which can do it for you.
Yeah, and I would be able to get up the stairs and follow directions, but he would just read that and think, yeah, well, he's probably written it, something like that. Carl says in Chesterfield. Gary says, should do a live exorcism at Carl's. I'd fit in if it's a mental hospital. Is there anybody there? Tap twice. Right.
Oh, there's a creepy movie where there's it used to be a mental hospital and it turned into a school, and there's this woman who could see the ghosts. And nobody
What's the
else could.
stone? God, I came on the stone tape theory. What's that?
But the children could see, but all the other adults couldn't. Apart from this one adult, and the ghost was like doing stuff with the children, not bad things, just like messing around with them, like, you know, doing games and stuff. And the children were all seeing it and thinking it's normal, and the parents didn't think anything. They just thought the kids were doing it. It was like really creepy.
The stone tape theory is a paranormal hypothesis suggesting that ghosts are not spirits but rather recordings of past high emotion or traumatic events stored within physical environments like stone, wood or water. Popularised by the 1972 BBC drama The Stone Tape, This concept argues that these recordings can be replayed, appearing as apparitions or sounds to people sensitive to the energy.
Yeah, but like there's ghosts you see which got nothing to do with you. You just happen to be there. I mean, how's that to do with your memory?
I don't know.
And what about, again, what about the fact is that they move things? Because they do move things. You know, we've had personal things where we've seen it happen, and hence the reason why we fully believe in it. And I'm like, why? How can they move things then? They could pick you up, Ryan.
Mark's random curiosity
Think
says
about that.
memory is not stored in the brain, as previously thought. It's stored
Where's
outside
it
of us.
What's the point of it
It's stored outside of us, like what C.G. Jung called the collective consciousness.
then? Maybe I've got surrounding them. Maybe that's why I've got bad memory.
Cal says there's a video that I got from the library called the Guided Cage, all about Whittington Hall Hospital. So have you seen the ghost though, Carl?
Yeah, you've answered the question. What ghosts have you got?
What go-
Huh?
Are they for sale? What ghosts have you got? What colours do they come in?
Cute.
Right. I think that's a very interesting finish. Thank you to everybody that's joined in. It's
Yes.
always a joy. It's the live having a chat. Oh, and
Yes,
thank you for
indeed.
the super. Oh, God, you got to do the song for Guy.
I don't have a song.
You can-
Ooh,
You
no,
just
no.
do anything. You do your Riptide anything, or your own one, whichever you want. I nearly forgot about it, guys. Sorry.
I've been so busy with things.
And why are ghosts always creepy children or women dressed in long white
They're not. I've seen
dresses?
men. So
I've seen.
there.
I must admit, Abby, the ghosts that I've seen.
Have you ever just seen a woman actually? Oh no, you saw that woman downstairs.
Yeah, there's.
So you have seen a woman. I have not seen a child. Child.
I tell you what, the strangest one we saw, which was the most full-bodied, which we can't explain. We can't explain whether it's a ghost or not. When we were going across the canal, there
That
was
was dogs as well and stuff. That was
Yeah.
physical stuff.
there was a fisherman, and he had loads and loads of equipment with him.
Like loads.
We
You
both
wouldn't
saw
normally
this.
have
It was broad daylight, loads of people about, and it was
But down a dark place.
yeah, but not daylight, but dark because there was just loads of trees and stuff like that. And we went past him. That was the only one way to go, was there. Then we broke off the canal and we went up onto the top bridge. And I commented when we were going, I actually said to myself, God, he's got a lot of stuff, didn't he? Because he had that much stuff.
Because there was a path here, so there's a path, a canal path, and obviously the canal path's pretty flat because it's connected to the canal. So the canal's here, path here, bridge was here, and there's like this path where it goes upwards, okay? And there's a big cliff, so you can't like just go.
You
on
couldn't
top.
scramble up it.
No,
well, you could physically scramble up it,
But
but
it
with
would
all
not.
that stuff, you would
never
know.
do. And I'm positive I always remember the number 3. He had 3 dogs. We were going up it. Now, bearing in mind, he's down here, we're up here, there's trees. We could see him the whole way we're going up. We got up to the top, went round the bridge, and we looked back down again.
So I commented,
Gone.
God, he's got a lot of stuff, just as you do when you're chatting,
Oh.
you know, talking away. And I looked over and I said to her, I said, where's that fisherman? And this was like, you're talking about 40 seconds walking. And she said, well, he's gone. He must have gone up there. And we looked over the other side of the bridge. Now, you could see for, I'd say, a mile. Not there, nothing. Just absolutely nothing. It creeps me out thinking about it now. But that didn't look like a ghost. That looked like a full person. So I wonder whether you see that in that's happened. Like we're talking about stuff now. That man has been there. He's still alive, but it's like a physical memory of him being there that we've seen. Like the energy. We've seen the energy of it, and then. That's what I don't
Well, what
understand.
about the dogs and the stuff?
That's what I mean. That scenario has happened in real
But there's
time.
another one, not too far away from there, not the exact bit, but just a bit further down the canal. You had that one where you took a photo of it.
Yeah, I did.
That was a girl and a dog walking, and you've got a physical photo. You still got it, haven't you?
Yeah, we'll have to look on the old.
We've
That will
got
be
a
on the old
photo.
iPads. We've got a physical photo, and she never came back, did she? What was that? I can't actually remember.
I think it was such a long stretch. You took a photo of it to remember where it was.
I took a photo, and she was on the photo. And then when I came, so I had when you used to have well before the internet and iPads and that was so good. Now you remember they used to have those Kindles, didn't you? And it was like an iPad, very old. And I took the photograph, and she was in the photograph. And then when I put my Kindle down, she wasn't there. Yeah, I'll have to look that up. I can't remember what that was on. I should have surely kept it.
Yeah, 'cause she was on it. Because we had to move the boat and we took a photo of the place to remember where the boat was.
Yeah, we did.
Well, I wasn't there, but I was with
Yeah.
Billy. But took a photo of the place, and then she was gone, and it was a really long stretch. And again, because it wasn't nearby, same cliff.
Yeah, I'll have to have a look and see if I can find that. 'cause
It was
I'll
the
show you.
exact same spot, but further down. Cliff, canal on the other side. Can't get out, can't go anywhere, and she disappeared.
Stone Type Theory was a BBC film in the late 60s based on fiction. It is, however, very similar to Morphic Resonance. However, it's not stored in stone, but there's a lot of evidence, real limestone links. Gary says that there are clowns too. Carl says, I was stood in the hallway with my wife and daughter, and someone tapped me on the shoulder and no one was there.
They do like to tap people on the shoulders to the ghosts.
Well, my one of my ex-boyfriends, he said that at Cantsfield. He said, "Why did you tap me on the shoulder in the middle of the night?" I hadn't, and he was nice and genuine. He wouldn't have made it up. And he said that he got.
They weren't inside the same room.
No, he said he got tapped on the shoulder by a ghost.
So it might be something that they can tap people on the shoulders.
Abby says, I heard a ghost scratching on the wall, and then I remembered I have a cat. Steve says maybe tomorrow by the Stereophonic. Jeff says have a great week. Have a great week, Jeff. Thank you for joining in. Cal says, as you know, my wife had a bad accident in June and she still says someone pushed her down the stairs. God, that's frightening, isn't it?
Jesus.
And are you in the same house, Cal? Oh yeah, you are the same one.
That's the one at the mental hospital.
Yeah.
You need to move. Like, seriously.
Jesus, Carl. So you'd be in the same house that you're talking about, yeah? Oh, God.
Jesus.
Gary says, I heard a horrible cackling voice in bed once, but it was just my age. Yeah, I've had that. He never shut up.
What?
Gary says, I heard a horrible cackling voice in bed once, but it was just my eyes, yeah. Managed to get rid of mine, thank God. It still cackles on to everybody about me though. Steve says my dog passed away. I've seen her in the kitchen. I saw my cat once when she passed away, but I've never seen her since. And I would love to see her, and it wouldn't scare me in the slightest. But I would love to see her. And she died in 1990. And just show a picture of Fluffy. She was beautiful. Abby says, well, 7 of my cats have died since I was born. I know I've never seen any of them as a ghost, so why is that? She's a lovely cat, and I really, really miss her. But she came to me when she died about a week or so after, but never anything since. Which I wish you would. If you're listening, Fluffy, I would love to see you.
Brian, if you're listening.
So, yes, Carl says yes, in the same house. I'd be terrified. I would. I bet your wife's absolutely terrified. Jesus.
God.
Right. So yeah, goodbye everybody. This is a song to play you out. Thank you very much. Guy, this song's for you. You super thanksed it, and thank you, Adrian, you're a superstar. Steve says, I've seen my dad, it didn't scare me.
What if it's like a family member?
Abby says, beautiful Fluffy. She was absolutely a stunning cat. I loved her to bits. I can still cry about her now, all those years later. She was just wonderful. So, and that's why I've never really had a cat since. I know we've got Zach, but it's Matilda's and Billy's cat, because I just can't after her. And Mark's Random Curious says, good night and take care. Gary says goodbye, and Dave says another great fun session, another great one. Thank you so much, Dave, and everybody. It's been a great laugh and some serious stuff as well.
Right, I can either play the Dolly Parton one where it's not done, but I could play it,
Yeah.
or I could play that one that I played not so long ago. Like Love, Love, Lovely Babe.
I tried Dolly Parton, and this is just she's not. I'll do Riptide.
No, I don't want to do Riptide. I've done Riptide a lot of times. I need that iPad if I do Dolly. Can you pass me it?
Do you know it well enough?
I might just do that song actually, because I don't know.
Just do Riptide.
I don't want to do Riptide. It's like being done now.
Well, it's not if you're not.
If I get this wrong, I've been trying to change the chorus, so yeah.
done, you. There you go. I think
Go on,
Guy's
you
gone
steady.
off. I think Guy's gone off. Right. Steve says, so talented, Matilda. And Max Random Curiosity says, so does Dave. Well done. And uses as your female George Formby. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
And see you this week sometime when she's got, well, something else on. Gary says, well done and congratulations. Thank you, Gary.
Stay safe inside that house.
Yeah, Carl's so
Seriously,
safe in
and
that
this is not
side.
like,
Seriously.
not just saying this for. I'm just saying this like seriously. Like it's just.
Scary.
I mean, I'd move. I really would.
Well, it might not be easy for them to move. It might be near work or whatever, but I'd be scary.
I know,
Scary
but
monsters.
health is most important.
Yeah, it's easy saying that, isn't it, in this financial climate, though? It's easy saying health's
I know.
important, but you can't always get out of it, can you? Mess the country's in at the moment. Don't even want to go down there.
Around your house.
Don't even want to go there.
I would get security cameras around your house. See what's happening. I mean, it'd be a scary watch, but see what's happening.
Or if you could get, like, a toilet plumbed downstairs, but still, it's just a job, isn't it?
Or get ghost people to come in and take it out.
Yeah.
Or at least get ghosts people come to, you know, experience a ghost just to get their money in, you know.
Yeah, gee. Scary monsters, that. Anyway, I'll take care.
Yes.
And we'll see you next time. Thank you for tuning in. It's been great as usual.
Thank you very much, and we shall see you all later. And have a wonderful week. And we'll advertise a lot.
Oh, yes, you're doing a concert next week.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm not gonna say, oh, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna do it. Yeah, I'm gonna do it.
See you later, Abby.
See you later. Have a wonderful night. Thank you so much for the super thanks. Thank you very, very much.
And I'll come over to Twitter.
Come over to Twitter and Instagram. And
See you
go check
later.
us out. See you later. Bye.